We are live both in Facebook and on Instagram. So hello everyone. Some of you may be on spring break right now, or your spring break is next week, or you're just coming back from spring break. I know that all different districts have different spring breaks. So, but most of them are happening, I believe, this month. So I'm hoping this call is going to help prepare you if you are traveling anywhere, whether it be airplane, boat, car. So I'm going to give you guys some tips to how to be prepared, because one thing we all know about traveling is you can't prepare for everything, and you don't know what's going to happen, and you don't know how you're going to feel, and you don't know if you're going to eat something that is going to upset your stomach, or if you're going to get sick while you're there. So we want to be prepared. But before I dig into some tips on how to do that, I just have a few announcements to make, because I want to make sure that everyone is aware of everything that is going on this month in the doTERRA world. So first of all, last month doTERRA had the promotion where if you purchased 200 PV on your order, whatever that may be, a one-time standard order, your loyalty rewards order, or if you got started for the first time and got a starter kit that was 200 PV, you can get, and you did get last month, and they're extending this until the 15th of this month, deep blue oil, which is for muscles, aches, pains, joints, and our deep blue rub, which is absolutely amazing for anybody and anybody and everybody, athletes, kids, elderly, anybody who deals with any kind of joint, muscle aches or pains. Okay, so that is extended this month until the 15th. And then we also have a new oil that is available. This is limited edition. It is, I believe it's called Citrus Bloom. I meant to look this up. I think it's Citrus Bloom. And that is our Mother's Day oil. And we have a new diffuser, again, for limited edition. It's called the Brevi diffuser, and it's like this marbly white diffuser. It's beautiful. And for Christmas, we had a brown one with a special oil that sold out within, I think, minutes. So if you are wanting to get this for a mother, for yourself, for a gift, if there's husbands out there watching this, this would be an amazing gift for your wife. I know they would love it. So that's available right now. And another fun thing going on in doTERRA world is they are doing a tour right now, and it's called the Healthy Habits Tour. Healthy Habits Tour. They are going so many different places, so tons of cities, and I can guarantee they're probably coming within an hour and a half to 2 hours of where you live, if not directly where you live. So make sure that you Google that. I will have a link on Facebook and in YouTube after this call as to how you can check to see where they are at. So this is a free tour that is open to anybody and everyone. So you guys can attend that tour, learn about healthy habits and how to incorporate those into your lives. And if you want, while you're there, doTERRA has a kit that's called the Healthy Habits Kit. And it comes with your vitamins, your supplements, your digestive enzymes, your probiotics, several oils. So you can purchase that kit this month, anytime this month. You don't have to be at the tour, for 20% off, okay, which is a huge savings. Or if you go to the tour and you get this kit, they are also going to give you a free oil of copaiba. So again, with this kit, you can get copaiba for free. If you're on the Loyalty Rewards program, you can get Breathe Touch. So that is our product of the month. You can get that for free. And you can also get the Deep Blue Oil and the Deep Blue Rub. I believe that kit comes up to be 200 PV. So I have to double check that. But so lots of promotions and lots of opportunity this month to get some free oils into your home. So if any of those interest you, make sure if you need to get guidance on how to get that, let me know, send me a message, and I will help you with that. And then one last announcement. So it is spring, officially spring, and some of you may have spring cleaning on your mind, and you're wanting to get started with that so you can get that done and over with for summer, so that when summer gets here and warm weather gets here, you can just forget about the house and go have some fun. If you are ready to dive into green cleaning, okay, which I hope you are, there's tons of information out there about the toxic chemicals that are in your home. You can just watch the documentary Stink, okay, so go look that up. But green cleaning, you'll discover, is super simple, super cost effective, and safe, you guys. It's safe for you, it's safe for your kids, it's not hurting your health. So if you're ready for that, on our website, if you go to www.livrite.us, you can get an ebook, okay, that I've put all this information together, tons of recipes, and I'm including the videos that I made for each room, okay? They're going to be in that ebook, but they're also on YouTube. So you could go to our YouTube channel, and I have a playlist for green cleaning. You can watch them all. Most of the recipes are there, but if you want them all in an ebook ready to print out, to put in a binder with tons more information, it's over 40 pages, then you can purchase that ebook, okay? So, all right, well, let's dive into being prepared for when you travel. So a couple things that are going to help prepare you is, I've mentioned this several times, there is an app that you can get on your phone, and it's called Modern Essentials. That's one app. Another one is called The Essential Life. I have Modern Essentials on my phone. It's a one-time fee of $6.99, so you pay that once, and then you always have it on your phone. So if you are in the middle of an island, on an island, okay, and something happens, let's say you get a rash or you get a sunburn, or your food's not sitting right, you can go and you can search ailments on this app, and they're going to tell you what oils you can use, okay? So get one of those apps, because that's going to help you know how to use your oils, okay? So, and then another thing that I always recommend is having a book for your home. So I'm going to use this today to look up one of our oils, just to kind of share with you guys the information that you get from this book, okay? So as some of you may know, if you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, our original plan was to have kind of this unplanned vacation where we were camping. We didn't know exactly where we were going to stay. We wanted to be on BLM land, which is public land. There's a ton of it here in the West, and we researched it like crazy. We know a ton of people, not personally, but like RVers, full-time RVers that stay on this public land. They call it like boondocking or dry camping. And we wanted to experience this because we want to travel this summer and do that. And so, so that was kind of our unplanned part. Well, it really became unplanned because our car broke down. So, and the funny thing is, not really funny, but it broke down literally on top of a mountain. So we were going over this mountain pass. We were in an area where there was no service. So talk about feeling helpless. You're broken down. You have no cell service. You're in the middle of the mountain, okay? It's still, there's snow up there. It's cold. And you're along the highway pushing your car off the highway. And everybody's just zooming by, zooming by, zooming by. And you're kind of like, please, will somebody stop? But we ended up pulling off. Thankfully, we were close enough to an exit where we could pull our Jeep off. And there happened to be an RV there. So, and the people happened to be in the RV. It was like in the middle of the afternoon. So they ended up taking Mike up to the top of the mountain where you can get service, and he called somebody. Okay, a tow truck. But during this time, as you can imagine, lots of emotions are happening, right? So it is, our kids are kind of freaking out. They're scared. They don't know what's happening. And I'm trying to stay calm and, help Mike. I'm driving the car, driving it slow so he can hear it. He's, pushing it off. So we get off and we kind of all just reach for oils. At least Mike and I do at this point. But what's interesting is we both reached for different oils. So I went for Petitgrain. Now, Petitgrain, this is the first time that I've actually had this in my home. So I got this during the last BOGO, and I have fallen in love with this oil. It is one of my new, probably like top 5 oils. I love the smell of it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Petitgrain, okay? Petitgrain is a citrus oil, okay? It comes from the bitter orange tree. Now, what I want you guys to know is you can access, if you love learning about your oils or you want to learn more about them, you can go onto just Google, and if you type in doTERRA product information page, Petitgrain, you can print out a whole page of information on just that one oil, okay? So Petitgrain comes from the bitter orange tree. It's distilled from the leaves and the twigs of the tree. Now, neroli, so some of you may have heard of neroli. That is another essential oil that doTERRA makes. Neroli essential oil is distilled from the blossoms, and the bitter orange oil is produced by cold pressing the rinds of the fruits. So I love that you use all parts of that tree and you come up with 3 different essential oils. I just think that is amazing. It's fascinating. And so what Petitgrain helps with is, number 1, it's a very calming oil. So it's kind of known as the men's lavender. But funny how I went and grabbed the Petitgrain, and what Mike grabbed was the lavender, okay? So he grabbed the lavender, he's smelling the lavender, putting it in his hands and rubbing his hands, and I'm smelling the Petitgrain and putting it in my hands and rubbing it and just trying to take deep breaths and trying to calm down in the moment so that this doesn't, turn into us being crazy, because then that's going to affect our kids even more, okay? So think of Petitgrain, think of lavender, and remember, everybody is different and everyone is going to be drawn to a different oil. So there was a time in the trip when Chloe was dealing with some emotional issues, and we gave her wild orange. And so this is when we were at the Hoover Dam, and I actually have some pictures where she's walking, and she's just smelling the wild orange, okay? Because her emotions were just a little out of whack there, and we're trying to, you know, everyone be happy, and we're on vacation, and let's be peaceful, and, you know, let's look at the bright side of things. And so she, you know, her oil was wild orange for emotions and for calming, for anxiety. So if you look here on this product information page, it tells you the primary benefits of the specific oil, okay? So for petitgrain, it can support healthy cardiovascular function. It can provide antioxidant support. It can support healthy immune function, and it can help promote a restful sleep. And then it tells you how you can use it. Okay, so a couple different ways that you can use essential oils. You can take, or for petitgrain, you can take this one internally. Okay, so there is a supplement fact here, so that's what you want to be looking for. I have never tasted petitgrain. I've never taken it internally in water. So I think I might try it after this call, or I could try it now. I could just put it in my water now. But I do have some Slim and Sassy in here, so we'll just see. So I just put 1 drop. And what I like to do is, if I didn't put the oil in first, I'll shake up my water, because you've got oil and water, so you want to get those mixed up. Or what I'll do is I'll put my oil in first and then add water. Yep. It's good. I can't taste it that much because I have the Slim and Sassy in there. So I think I would try this just on its own, but that is good to know. So you can ingest petitgrain, and you can take it internally to help ease feelings of tension, help calm the nervous system, and promote restful sleep. Before going to bed, you can add a few drops of this along with lavender and bergamot. And you can add it to your pillows and bedding, so you get the aromatic benefits, okay? So those are a couple ideas of how you can use petitgrain. And I love diffusing this. I've mixed it with Elevation and patchouli, and it is delicious, all right? So what else did we use on our trip? What else came up on our trip? Well, one thing that happened was Eli ended up getting a stomach ache one day. And part of that could have been because we're kind of eating some foods that we're not normally used to. This is when we were in the hotel. I don't know what exactly was going on. But right away, I grabbed my Digestion and I rubbed it on his belly, okay? And I took my fractionated coconut oil so that I could spread that around. He laid down on his bed for maybe half hour to an hour. And then after that, he was running around and he was just fine. So I don't know exactly what it was. It wasn't, you know, the flu, diarrhea, constipation, or anything like that. Now, I needed to use this because, as many of you probably know, when you travel, your system can slow down a little bit. And I didn't want that to happen. And I could tell that was starting to happen and wanted to be, you know, regular. So I took Digestion and rubbed it on my abdomen and took it, you know, under my tongue. If you don't like the taste of it, you can put it in a veggie cap. But this is an absolute must-have when you are traveling, because you don't know what stomach digestive issues you are going to have. You could eat bad food. You could, you know, have food that just doesn't sit right in your stomach. You could get a stomach, you could get diarrhea, you could get the flu. You know, you don't know what's going to happen. So make sure that you bring Digestion with you. Okay, so another thing that we used was helichrysum, and I meant to grab it and I forgot it. I did grab it. I just don't know where I put it. Maybe I left it in the kitchen. So we ended up in Las Vegas, and it was super hot and sunny that day. It got up to 80 degrees, and I did not bring sunscreen with me. So helichrysum, if you didn't know this, has a natural SPF. okay? And so I took that with my fractionated coconut oil and put that on our skin to protect our skin. Now you can actually make sunscreen with this essential oil, but you would want to add zinc oxide to that so that you can raise the SPF. But for the one day I was in a pinch, I brought helichrysum with me, and the reason why I brought helichrysum with me was in case anybody cut themselves, okay? Because it's a natural coagulant. So if you cut yourself, you can put helichrysum on there. It's going to help clot the blood, and then you can see how deep that cut is to know whether or not you need to run to the emergency room, okay? So helichrysum also, when you think of helichrysum, think of the word heal. It helps heal the body. So it's great for so many purposes. So it's kind of one of those that you don't necessarily use it every day, but you want to have it with you, like in your first aid kit in case something should happen. So the whole idea, again, is you want to be prepared. And that's one of the main reasons why we use essential oils. It's not for all of our ailments because we're sick all the time and we have all these ailments. We actually don't have ailments because we are being proactive and preparing our body to not get sick, okay? So, all right, another thing that I loved having on our trip was the foaming hand soap. Now, if you're traveling and you have a suitcase, you can actually lock this up, okay? So it will not, I'm pushing on this and it's not coming out. And you can put this in like a Ziploc baggie and put it in your suitcase. The reason why this is so amazing to have is because if you are staying in a hotel, which we did for 2 days, it's great to have right in your bathroom sink, because who likes washing their hands with those hotel little bars of soap? I absolutely do not. I don't like it. And I loved having this there sitting right on my sink, and it felt a little bit like home. Like it just made me feel like, oh, I'm at home and I can just wash my hands and use my foaming hand soap. I also used this while we were camping. So there were a couple times I did not have wet wipes with me. Now you can make homemade wet wipes using our On Guard oils. There's recipes out there. You can Google that. I didn't have any. I didn't make any. I kind of wish I would have, because having wipes is super handy when you're camping and when you're traveling. But I had this instead. So there were times when I just would pump this in, my hand, in our kids' hands. They would rub their hands together and then use a towel to take it off. Or you can, take a bottle of water and rinse it off. So I loved having it for that. I could also use it for washing dishes, washing our car, cleaning anything that I needed to clean. Now, similar to that, I also brought this. This is not foaming, so I would say that's probably the only difference. This would be used more for washing dishes. So if you are camping, this is a great thing to have. So I took my original On Guard Cleaner concentrate. So this is the pure concentrate. I put about a tablespoon into this bottle. So save your bottles, okay? So put about a tablespoon and then filled it, the rest of the way with water. And then this becomes a dish soap, all right? So this was super handy to have as well. And then let's see, one more thing. Couple more things here. Okay, another great thing that I loved having was our On Guard hand sanitizer spray. Because think about when you're traveling, all the germs you come in contact with. And especially when we were in Las Vegas. And I never was a huge germaphobe. Like there is some good to exposing your body to germs, right? However, being in Las Vegas, all I could think about was, oh my goodness, because there's so many people there. And you think of all the railings that you're touching and all the, if you're going on an elevator, just all the different things that you're touching and all the people that have touched, the same thing. And so when we would get back in the car or while we sat down somewhere and we got something to eat, this was so handy, and it'd be like, all right, kids, put your hands out and spray it down, okay? So this was great to have. So this is great anywhere that you're traveling to, whether it's by car, by plane, by boat, because you are usually exposed to a lot of germs because you're around a lot of people. All right, and then the last thing that really came up for me was deep blue. Okay, I slept funny one night and I woke up and I had a neck ache. So I turned to a deep blue oil, turn to that deep blue rub would be amazing as well to take with you. And then if you have a bad night's sleep wherever you're staying, which most of us do struggle with sleeping when we're traveling because we're not in our own beds and we're out of routine. So deep blue is great for the sore neck or any sore feet from walking. Another good oil to have are all the calming oils that I had talked about, your wild orange, your lavender, your petitgrain. And those you can either put them on the bottom of your feet before you go to bed if you don't have a diffuser. So we had our, sorry. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. How do I turn this around now? I think you're staring. Here we go. Now you're staring at my window. And now there we go. Sorry guys, my phone, here's my stand right here. And I knocked it over. Reaching for my diffuser that I was going to show you. So if you have a travel diffuser, bring that with you. Let me get this back on here. And if you don't have a travel diffuser, just rub it on the bottom of your feet and put it on your pillow, okay? So get it on your body and it's gonna help you sleep at night. All right, so that's it, guys. Those are my, quick little tips. Those were the oils that we needed. Those were kind of the ailments that we came up against when we were traveling. And I did another travel video that you guys can watch on YouTube that's definitely more specific, and I talk about a lot more oils. These were not all the oils I brought with me. They're the ones that we actually used and needed, okay? So again, you want to be prepared. So watch the video that I did on travel. And there's a lot more ideas of what you can bring. And then just to show you this book, okay, if I look up wild orange right here, okay, on the side it talks about top uses. So the top uses: insomnia and stress, heartburn and sluggish bowels. See, now you wouldn't normally think of wild orange for that, but there you go. So if all you have is wild orange, that is an oil that you can use for sluggish bowels. Colds, anxiety, nervousness, anxiety, fear, concentration, detox, and emotional balance. It helps you to get from drained to productive, okay? So that's the type of information that you can learn if you have a resource book like this in your home, which is a must-have if you have essential oils. And then it talks about the properties, the main constituents. The Chinese were the first to recognize the value of the peel of an orange for treating coughs and colds, the Chinese. So there's fun little facts like that in here as well. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. Hope you got some tips. And if you are on your way to spring break, have an awesome time. And if not, keep this in mind for the summer for any of your travels. Bye, everyone.